Hey everyone, Celebration Bowl, it's done. And while the dust has settled on the scoreboard, there are still a lot of things to talk about moving forward. So let's start with South Carolina State and Coach Buddy Pugh. How can the Bulldogs parlay this convincing win over Jackson State on national television into a win for the university?
Well, it's another start in the tradition of South Carolina State football. We've had a lot of good times, and I got an opportunity to play for Coach Jeffries and all of the different kinds of things that went on when he was there, and we had some great times then. And I just want our time with Buddy Pugh at the head, to be similar in some ways at the same time. So, it was a wonderful day for our university, for our football program, for our athletics department as a whole, and hopefully we can build on it and do some things to maybe improve some of the other facilities and some other kinds of things around there that could make this something that we could make last for a long, long time.
And for Jackson State, how do you rebound from such a big disappointment? There's a lot of time between now and next fall when you can get your face back right.
Tom Brady lost the Super Bowl before, so it's just something in the way right now, and this just really helps us go back, lock in, and just reevaluate everything we did this season.
When I told them I'm proud of each and every one of them because they accomplished some wonderful things. They accomplished things that had been accomplished in quite some time. And there's no reason to hang your head down and don't hate on our opponent because they played their butts off. I told them to speak and lift their opponents up. And let's regroup. What happened today, I can fix that. And I'm going to fix that. I'm already in the process of fixing that. And I know the problems. And I got the solutions.
Now, you have to understand something about Coach Pugh. Let's give you some context here. Coaching is all that he does, all that he really cares about doing. He's a coach's coach.
You don't do what we do because somebody makes you do it. You can't make a guy lift weights if he doesn't want to lift weights. You don't make anybody do something that doesn't seem to be a total, and complete joy to them as they go about that process. So the reason I go to work in the morning, I can't sleep. I hadn't had a good night's sleep in maybe 25 years. So at that point, then I get up and I go to work. It's more fun for me to go home, and hang around a little bit and make sure everything's right and then go back to work. That's just kind of how it works. So you don't have to worry about, my office ever getting cold from lack of use because, I'm there all the time. That's just kind of the way we do things. I used to be able to play golf until I got hips and knees and all kind of other stuff. Now all that stuff has kind of gotten uncoordinated in a way that I don't like the way the golf ball looks after I hit it. So at that point, I just go on about the fact of finding something else that I can do to entertain myself.
He's been in the game for a long, long time. How much longer would he like to coach? Well, he has a rough idea.
I want to coach until they run me off at this point now, and that might not be very long from now, but at the same time, I would like to coach at least for another year.
And the coaching game is interesting, right? It's rare that you see the upper room athlete like Dion Sanders, that 1% of the 1% even have a desire to coach. Not only a desire, but be completely 100% locked in. Just like everything else, Dion Sanders has always been different.
This is who I am. See, you seeing me on a large stage right now, and I'm thankful for the accolades, but you didn't see me when I was coaching youth ball and we was laying out our uniforms the night before when he was 6, when he was 5, playing with the 7-years-old, right? You didn't see us when we migrated and had my Truth League that our first tryout, we had 1,200 kids. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, and we traveled all over the country. You didn't see us when I was at the Hall of Fame speaking eloquently at that. We had 6 or 7 buses that we took our kids there, and we played in 3 different cities. So you didn't see me with the toil and the ignorance and adolescence targeted at me when I tried to develop a school in Texas. And you didn't see me once we moved to another school, then landed at the last school where we won 4 state titles consecutively. You ain't see all that. You just seeing Coach Prime now. But I've been that guy for years. You just negated to see it. And I'm thankful that you see it now and you're acknowledging it. I promise you I'm so thankful because we've touched a lot of lives and we plan on touching a lot more lives. But I love what I do and I do what I love. And some guys want to get into coaching, coaching is already in me. I think that's the difference. Boy, that was good. Y'all should have clapped for that. That was good, Prime. You go, Prime. You go. You go, Prime. Thank you.
We'll get back to the coaches. Let's talk about the game. Until this year, attendance had never reached the mark of Celebration Bowl 1 back in 2015. 35,528 people for North Carolina A&T and Alcorn State. This year, not even close. Blew it out of the water. 48,653 people. It was a soccer sellout, if you understand how Mercedes-Benz Stadium is configured. But moving forward, a soccer sellout is still the plan, but a full capacity sellout would be nice.
Well, we configured the capacity, and that was always our intent from the very beginning, to the capacity that the stadium set for the original Atlanta United configuration, and that was around 45,000 or so. That's correct. And so that's how we will have the game set going forward. That's always been our intent, to create a sellout and to really concentrate the fans in a good feel that this stadium provides. So we've reached that goal. We opened up standing room seats, or standing room tickets earlier this week, and that'll be our capacity, and we're happy that we're able to reach that.
You know, I'm excited the fact that it looks like we've made another step in the progression or the building of the Celebration Bowl Classic that way. And, you know, I'm hoping that we can continue to build on the next time that we do this thing. Let's hope that we have in the 60s, and then on to eventually to the point where we get the whole place filled up. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, just how much we can do to improve this game. Even though I think it's a tremendous game for schools our size, I would like to see it become even bigger.
All of this is great as we continue to talk about upping the recruiting game for HBCUs, right? But let's spin a little tale here for a second. Not everyone views recruiting the same. Jackson State made history by snagging the #1 player in the country last week in Travis Hunter, and that's not a one-off, according to Coach Sanders.
You've seen one recruit. We wanted him to get all the shine, all the glory, and every darn thing he deserves. Don't think we don't have nothing else in the chamber, all right? we're just waiting, but we're filling the needs that we have on our team. You may not think we have needs, but we do have needs that we must fill because we want to be great. We're beating teams now, but we want to be dominant.
But Buddy Pugh sees it differently. He's not star-crossed when it comes to recruiting. He believes in his system of finding a diamond in the rough and then developing him.
I think it's more about the end than the beginning. We've had draft choices. Darius Leonard was during their walk-on at South Carolina State. We've got more NFL guys than any other HBCU right now. I can tell you that we bring in a lot of down-the-line guys. It's more about what's in a guy than what his rankings and all that kind of stuff were. But now at the same time, it is neat to see some of the top guys, pledge their abilities to our schools. And, I'm excited as all get out to see, what happens down the road a piece, if we can continue this momentum. I'm hoping it's the beginning of something in the future that will give us all, a little bit of an opportunity to get involved in that game some. But now it's still a league that's a little bit out of our league, but we do feel like our main ability is developing the down the line guys into guys that are just as good as some of these guys will be in 4 years. And that's the pride that we take in our guys, and the fact that we think we get a better guy in the end than they had in the beginning.
Okay, more than one way to skin a cat, and South Carolina State has produced some NFL talent from their defense in recent years, and another may be on the way. Jacoby Durant, the MEAC Defensive Player of the Year, showed up big in the Celebration Bowl, showed up big all year, and it didn't go unnoticed by the greatest cornerback to ever play the game.
They got a corner over there that I think should be recommended for the NFL. I'm pretty sure he is, but the boy can play. And he should get his shine on.
I was overlooked coming out of high school. Didn't get too much recruitment, no offers. nobody looking at me. I just stayed grounded and talked with a couple people. And just really, I got the opportunity to go to a prep school. It was really like a little downfall for me, a little minor setback, but I stayed grounded. I always knew the coaches at South Carolina State, Coach Pugh, Coach Harrison. My cousins played there, so Coach Harrison gave me an opportunity to come in, and pretty much I set out 2017 season. The day I stepped foot in Coach Pugh's office, I told them they wouldn't regret it, bringing me in and giving me the opportunity to come in. After spring ball, I earned a scholarship, and I ain't never looked back since.
And for Durant, he's just one of those kids from a small town that wanted to put on for his city, and he did just that.
It means a lot. Everybody don't get this opportunity from Lamar. It's like I said before, a small population, and pretty much a great support system. It's a football town, so me getting this opportunity to play on the big stage, ABC, everybody looking at me, watching, everybody here, it's gonna be great. I'm putting on for the town of Lamar.
And talk about putting on for your city. Jeezy welcoming Jackson State to Atlanta and showing love to Coach Prime and the team.
I ain't got but one. I believe.
Hey, you spoke to the team this morning.
Yeah.
Got them really going.
Yeah. No, it's love, man. It's beautiful. This is black. This is. My man was just telling me about how Prime fought to get their names on the back of their jerseys, man. That's big, bro.
Yeah.
That's big. They already young superstars, man. They should be happy just to be here. I told them they got a fearless leader, man. I follow Dion anywhere. Believe that.
You follow them right here to your city. How does it feel to have this celebration of blackness in Atlanta?
I mean, it just feels good. I mean, they selling out seats like the Falcons, bro. Yeah. Like Atlanta United. You got to respect that.
Yep.
These kids, man. These kids.
Much love, brother. We appreciate your support.
Okay, here's another opportunity to shout out our partners at the pregame show. Uncle Neely, Nephew Charles. I mean, they take us inside the locker room and give us access that we otherwise wouldn't have. Now, maybe you saw this on social media, but just before the game, Coach Sanders took some unassisted steps for the first time in a long time after dealing with multiple surgeries throughout the season.
Baby, if you don't know it by now, look around. We here. This is what you prayed for. Yes, sir. We here. This is what you fasted for. This is what Mama and them was talking about. This is what I told you about when we first came. This is what the coaches worked your butt off about. Yes, sir. We here. Yeah. Now since we here, I got something for you. I've been working for you. I've been working hard. That's all I wanted to do. Yes, sir. I'm getting yes, sir. There you go. Yes, sir.
What a special moment for that team and their coach. Afterward, however, a different mood in the locker room. The energy a lot more subdued, but whether you cheer for Jackson State or not, there is no denying that they handled the loss with class and dignity.
We accomplished something this year that hadn't been accomplished in quite some time. We're winners. One game don't change the fact that we're winners. We're dominant. We have class, we have character, we're smart, tough, fast, and disciplined. And we displayed it today. Ain't nobody give up, and I'm proud of that. I'm happy about that. What happened to us today, we just got a little overconfident. We got a little cocky. We got a little complacent, we got a little nonchalant. Like they was just gonna lay down for us. We learned a valuable lesson. Life is a heck of a teacher. And if you just listen to it, it will teach you wonderful lessons, especially in defeat. Let's take this like a man. I don't want to make no excuses. They got in your butt, and they got in there right. All right? That's what it is. Don't make no excuses. Give them the credit that they deserve, and don't hate. Because you guys have gotten a lot of butt this year. And we're going to do it next year. The stuff that happened today, I can fix that. I can fix that. I know our weaknesses, and I can fix that. I know our strength, and we're going to enhance that. But the best is yet to come. Yes, sir. We just getting started. So I want y'all to put a smile on your face.
Yes, sir.
And take a shower. And you're gonna be in the same apparel when you get on that plane, or you ain't get on that plane. And I don't want you to get on that funky. All right?
This was the final Celebration Bowl for Dr. Dennis Thomas, the commissioner of the MEAC. Next year at this time, Mrs. Sonia Stills will be leading the MEAC contingent, and she was there for this year's event and getting a feel for the shoes that she's going to step into.
I'm going to be feverishly taking notes. You know, it's going to be a quick transition, you know, with everything that's going on. Of course, with the Cricket Celebration Bowl, we have our midwinter meetings, and, you know, we're going to celebrate Dr. Thomas's transition. So it's going to be a busy 2 weeks, and I got to get off and running on January 1, so it's going to be pretty busy.
And for Dr. Thomas, another MEAC victory was the perfect ride off into the sunset for a game that he fought to bring into existence.
I really want to fill up the Mercedes-Benz Stadium to its capacity. And I mean, I think it's about 80,000 or whatever that capacity is. And that's possible. No one thought, when I'm going to say no one, there were very few people who believed Dennis Thomas' vision. And when you work for a decade to get people to believe in your vision, then it's just a humbling experience for me to walk out today and see the vision come to fruition. And I'm very proud and I'm very humble as well.
And we're going to leave things with Buddy Pugh. He made it to the Celebration Bowl. He got that off his back. He got a win and the championship. And now he can tell those Aggies to stop giving him a hard time. He can brag a little bit now with his friends, Sam and Rod. One day, when he retires.
We've got a pact going that once we all retire, that we will be at each other's houses when we go to Greensboro. Sam's in charge of entertaining us, and when they come to Orangeburg, then I've got that responsibility in Orangeburg. So, you know, we just have a good time with each other. These guys are beat up on me. They got me now at the point now I'm scared of them. But now, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to get a win against Sam, because Sam has been really ugly to me here recently. But at the same time, you know, they were pulling for me. You know, our coaches in the league, I've heard from every coach in the MAC in the last couple of days, trying to give me encouragement, that kind of stuff. And we're a pretty tight-knit bunch. And, you know, let's hope that, you know, some of the other guys that's in our league will have an opportunity to experience what I've experienced here today at some point.
So that's our look back at everything that you might have missed beyond the game at the Celebration Bowl. Thank you so much for hanging out with us all season long. Let's get ready for more recruiting and spring ball. We'll talk to you guys a little later.